Chris the Westside Strangler Brennan, born October 12, 1971, is an American mixed martial artist who competes in the lightweight division. He has competed for the UFC, Pride, King of the Cage and Shooto. He is a former King of the Cage Middleweight Champion and former King of the Cage Middleweight Superfight Champion. He is also one of 18 fighters to compete in the -77 kg division at the ADCC Submission Wrestling World Championships in 2005. Chris was also the founder of Nogi Industries, a mixed martial arts clothing company. Background: Brennan was born in Compton, California, but soon moved to Orange County before settling in Laguna Hills and Huntington Beach, California, where he spent the next 10 years. Growing up, Brennan claims that he lived in at least 19 different homes and played baseball and soccer, but was ultimately more interested in individual sports such as bodybuilding, surfing, gymnastics, and motocross. While working as a bouncer, Brennan saw UFC 1 and was motivated by the dominant performance of UFC Hall of Famer Royce Gracie. Brennan soon began training with Gracie himself and received his Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt in only 7 years. Brennan later became the first Nogi Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu instructor in the United States. Mixed martial arts career. Early career. Brennan made his professional mixed martial arts debut in 1996 and compiled a record of 4-1-1 before being signed by the UFC. Brennan made his UFC debut against Courtney Turner at the UFC 16 lightweight tournament on March 13, 1998 and won via armbar submission in the first round. In his next fight later that night, Brennan lost to future 5-time champion Pat Miletich via submission. King of the Cage. Brennan made his King of the Cage debut against future King of the Cage lightweight champion Joe Stevenson and won via submission. In his next fight, Brennan fought against future MFC lightweight champion Antonio McKee for the King of the Cage Middleweight Superfight Championship and won via knockout with a head kick. In his first title defense, Brennan was defeated by Joe Hurley after he was knocked out from elbows. On August 4, 2001, Brennan defeated Kevin Hogan via armbar submission to become the new King of the Cage Middleweight Champion, and then in his next fight, successfully defended his title against Steve Berger. After a one-fight stint with the UFC at UFC 35, a loss to Gil Castillo, Brennan won 2 more fights outside of King of the Cage before returning to defend his title again, this time against John Alessio. Brennan was defeated via TKO. Pride. Brennan went 0-2 in Shooto before he made his Pride debut on October 5, 2003 at Bushido 2 against Eiji Mitsuoka and won via Kimura submission in the first round. In his next appearance for the organization, he faced Daiju Takasha a year later at Bushido 2 and lost via unanimous decision. His last fight in Pride was at Bushido 12 against Tatsuya Kawajiri, and he was defeated via TKO only 29 seconds into the first round. Post-Pride. Since his last fight in Pride, Brennan has gone 2-2. Competing for Cage Rage and King of the Cage championships and accomplishments. King of the Cage KOTC Middleweight Championship 1 time. First. 2 successful defenses. KOTC Middleweight Superfight Championship 1 time. First. 1 successful defense. Ultimate Fighting Championship UFC 16 lightweight tournament runner-up. Mixed martial arts record. References. External links. www.chrisbrennan.com. Homepage of Chris Brennan.